Now this same metal stencil, it's doing in the glitter.
The glitter, and this is 3 colors of glitter.
Okay, so tell us about this.
So first I put the stencil on the adhesive, and then I just kind of aimed the gold glitter on the outside and then the inside.
Okay.
And then I also put the white glitter here on the petals.
So you did both colors at the same time?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
And then shook all the glitter off, and you kind of have to throw it away because it's mixed.
At that point, yeah. Okay.
But then take off your stencil and pour the red. And the red will get tiny, tiny pieces in the white, but I think it still looks great.
I think it looks wonderful. And then you've done this on the suede paper with the gold. So
I love the suede and the gold. I think it looks really royal and Christmassy.
It does. And then Peace and Joy is?
Stickles!
Yay! Okay.
And the metallic
These
gold
are the
pearls.
Gold pearls, right.
Mm-hmm.
And then inside, again, the Merry Christmas is getting, nice use. Now, so we've done 2 things. Here is the third technique with the same stencil.
Yes, and this is a technique we have not seen yet.
No, we've not seen.
And this is sponging with the Dewdrop Brilliance Dewdrop ink pads.
Right.
Using a makeup sponge.
So we're going to demo this, aren't we, Anne?
Of course we are.
Okay, here's our craft sheet all cleaned up.
Thank you. And we have our Dewdrop ink pads and our metal stencil.
So you would put that on cardstock.
Right, just plain white cardstock. I'm going to start with the pearlescent rust color, which is a really lovely orange.
Now, why aren't you going direct to paper?
Because I like using the sponge. It makes me feel like my ink pad is not being kind of roughed up a lot.
Oh, I hadn't thought of that. Okay, especially with the metal stencils, that might be more of an issue.
And these makeup sponges really get into all the nooks and crannies that I want them to.
Okay.
And so it's okay if it moves because I can always realign it. And I'm going...
Nice save.
Thanks. And this is the pearlescent poppy color, which is what I'm going to color the rest of the poinsettia with using a separate makeup sponge.
So you're going to kind of blend the colors.
Yes.
Because as I'm looking at those 2 colors, I'm thinking fall, not kind of Christmas, and yet the end result is very Christmas looking.
Yes.
Now you're fine going along the outside edge because you really want that.
You want the outside edge to be red because that's kind of what I cut along on the card.
Yeah.
Now, see, I'm getting close to my fingers, so I'm going to have to move them carefully and just kind of touch it down.
And the kind of thing, now that shifted just a little bit, but you're not worried about that. Or maybe you are. Anne, are you worried or not?
If it was on the card, I might be, but
And
there we go.
That is so pretty.
Well, thank you.
I just think it's wonderful. We really felt kind of silly. I guess I felt kind of silly thinking, God, why didn't we think of this before? But here is the end result, and that's why you wanted the red edge. Now, you did this 3 times, and we'll back up so you can see the card, and placed 1 on each corner, and then foam taped the one in the middle.
And the other thing I love about the sponges is that they blend so well.
Yeah, very
smooth. So you get such a
smooth.
sharp image, but if you look really closely, you can see the orange blending into the red going darker and lighter.
Yeah.
And it's so...
Very
pretty. And the
pretty.
sponge is also used to do this really pretty shading around the greeting.
And that's stamped out of the Christmas stamping sponge?
Yes. Or one of the Christmas sets.
One of the Christmas sets. We'll check that. It'll be in the instructions.
Merry and Bright.
Okay. Oh, Merry and Bright.
Yes.
And then on the inside, you've done the same thing with 2 more and kept that.
And this is the pearlescent rust color.
Okay, part of the same set. Very pretty. Very, very striking.
I think that must be my favorite.
Is that your favorite?
Yeah.
Okay. Now we have, do you want to scoot that and we'll bring in another? We're not done yet.
Not done yet.
Now this is another technique. It does have some glitter on it, but we're going to use the Heritage Handcrafts paint.
Dimensional paint.
Dimensional paints. And you're going to show us that?
Why, yes, I am.
Why, yes, you are. Because that's what we talked about, huh?
Yes.
Now, one thing that's going on, let's get in close just so you can really appreciate the color that's going on. There is dimension, hence dimensional paints. And so that's going to get taped down. Go ahead and bring it in. So there's our
Here's my
template.
stencil, and I'm going to tape it all around with masking or stencil tape.
Okay. And you want the stencil tape because it will release from the paper without tearing the paper, which is sort of a nice
Very
thing.
important.
Yes.
And you're going to want to try and have like a large border around the stencil so that your paint won't get, you know, too close to your image.
Right.
Off of or slide off of the stencil.
So you're just extra protecting it.
Correct.
With the tape. Okay. And in this particular case, you're going to just use one color, and this is going to be the white.
Right.
That comes in the holiday set.
Yeah.
Which,
I have the,
there's
the blue, green, red, and then I have the white.
And then the cute little squeegee that comes in the set looks like this. And this one is well used. And it allows you to spread that paint perfectly.
So here's my jar of paint. It's
Well
really
used.
pretty. Yes. It is a really pretty white.
It's kind of a pearly
white. That's what I was looking for.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm going to
Scoop it.
scoop it up.
What's interesting about this technique is that it the thickness of the stencil perfectly keeps the paint onto the paper, and it just lets you, you know, make this work. So you're spreading some.
Yes. Okay. So I'm spreading some just along the top, and this is when I'm going to squeegee the paint across.
You kind of just do it in one fell swoop, don't you?
Yes. Ideally.
Ideally. And there we are. Okay, so
Okay, I'm gonna
looks
do
like
one
you go
more.
back.
Okay. Now let's see.
Now,
if
I used to
this-
think that you would let this dry first, but not so.
Okay, let's see if it did the magic. Ooh.
Ah, perfect.
There we go.
There we go. Now, you did something else while this was still wet, and you sprinkled on what?
The white glitter.
Okay, not the silver that we used before.
Not the silver. This is
Okay.
the winter frost. And do you have a piece of paper just to be safe?
I do. Or I will. To put underneath. And
this is a brand new package.
Yes, it is. We don't usually get brand new packages, do we?
There we go.
So it's a nice, to kind of get a little frosty.
And you have to do this while it's still wet, otherwise it won't stick.
Yeah.
And you can either let this dry right now, or, you know, you can kind of
Tap it
shake it off carefully, not messing with your paint. And it adds a really nice little sparkle, which you can't see because it's white. But you can see it in person.
Now this is an interesting thing too. If we'll back up just a little bit, you can turn your stencils over as you did right here. So I mean,
I didn't even notice I did that.
kind of make it work however you like it.
It's reversible.
It's reversible, and that would be true of all of them. The other thing that Anne did is she put this on the silver color me paper.
Yes.
And just simply did that sponging technique along the edge to make it blue,
Right.
blue and white.
And the
as our-
navy blue is the distress ink. It's chipped sapphire.
Oh,
And I
okay.
used a makeup sponge again on to get that soft edge.
And then this is out of the Christmas Stampin'
Yes.
Punch.
Yes.
And then on the inside, you've done more of the same same stamp, same silver color.
With a
me.
matching swirl ribbon.
Yeah. So we have one more, if you're
Yes, we
keeping
do.
track. And this is, one more. And this is using the metal stencils again. And this is using the Cool tool.
Which is very cool.
Which is very cool, but also hot.
Yes, it's very hot. Don't be mistaken.
And this is, this paper that's brown has been colored with walnut ink. It's actually called a paper text, and it's designed to work with the Cool tool. The Cool tool is like a wood burning
tool.
Yeah, and you're going to show us something?
Yes, here's the paper text, and it's an original form. And this is a ceramic tile because we want to protect our work surface, which I recommend.
Yes.
And I could do it this way or this way.
That's right. Multi-talented.
And you don't have to do all the shapes like they are on the stencil. You can do one shape, move it over, do the moon.
And actually,
which
that's
is what I did.
Yeah, right here. So you did shift the moon over and have the stars kind of extend out too.
Right.
So
Okay, so this is plugged in and hot and ready to go.
I'm just gonna scoot this over.
Thank you.
Okay.
And
so you do want to make it, you do want to heat it up.
right.
And then you just simply go into the lines.
Make sure you're over your tile.
Right.
And it kind of melts the paper text. So when you're done, you kind of have that shaped hole.
It's gonna come in, it's gonna pop out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So just make sure you're touching the tile all
the time.
around.
And that tool, the point is a chisel point.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to allow you to get into a tiny area like that star.
Mm-hmm.
So you would just keep going all around it.
I'll just do one more star.
Okay. Because that would be important, huh? Now, when this is done, then when you pull the paper text off, in this case it just stuck to the tile, we can just
And they're
pull that
easily
off.
removed.
Actually, you could use those too.
You could.
Yes. Aha, another one. So
Use those on the inside of the card.
and then you just spritz this with walnut ink
Yes.
to your left.
Thank you. This is terracotta walnut ink.
Are you? You're
want
not
me to
planning
spritz it?
to squirt? No, I
okay.
don't. You've
You
done
want me to
really
spray
well. Okay, so that is at least 8 techniques. Well, what does that mean? Well, it means that these are they're an individual price that's very low, but they're a good investment because there's just so many things you can do.
You can reuse them over and over in all different ways.
That's true. So I think, and it's nice to see these from autumn through the holiday season.
Yes.
Yes. But
But
wait,
wait, there's more.
there's more. This got buried under all the demonstrations. This is a, as you can see, it's the bird. It is using 4 colors.
4 glitters. This is a glitter masterpiece.
It is, and thank you, Susan. And what she did in putting the stencil down is just to mask off the areas. So you can see the blue.
With the stencil tape.
Yeah, with the stencil tape. And so you put that right on top of the stencil and then, you know, put this on the double-sided adhesive. But
So for all you advanced glitterers out there.
well, so many people said that this was so beautiful in person and they just
Right.
wanted...
And the catalog image didn't do it justice.
It didn't do it justice, so we just want to make sure that you can see it. And we're using the dazzles down below and then inside with our greeting.
It's beautiful.
It's a beautiful... So now we're done.